constructing a new mental model. I believe everyone needs to construct a new mental model if they're not in the space where they want to be. They have negative dialogues every single time and they're not progressing towards their goals. You gotta understand, you gotta look for new data and interpret it differently. For example, reframe your rejection slash setbacks into a positive state, right? You gotta understand that a lot of the times a setback slash a rejection isn't bad. It's experience. You gotta understand that. Let's just say, for example, a girl rejects you. That's experience. You gotta really understand, hey, where did you go wrong? Is it just you, or is it the person who doesn't want to be in a relationship? Whatever the case is, learn to review your actions. Learn to understand it's an experience. Be grateful for the experience, even if you're having a setback right now. For example, for me, I'm looking for a job. I want to improve my soft skills. I want to improve other areas in my life, right? And I've been going through a couple interviews. I've been going through a long period of just searching for a job, and it sucks. It's a setback for me. But I'm still grateful for the experience because I'm learning along the way. I know I need to improve my interviewing skills. I know I need to improve my soft skills. I know I need to improve how I present myself and how I speak during the interviews, right? Another thing is celebrate wins relentlessly. You gotta understand, you gotta celebrate your small wins too. Sometimes you gotta give yourself a pat on the back. Even if it's like getting out of bed and it's super hard for you, that's a small win. Be grateful. A lot of people have difficulties getting out of bed at a specific time, right? But if you could do that over time, be grateful. Give yourself a pat on the back and celebrate the small win. For example, I was at the gym today and I did weighted pull-ups. I did 25 pounds for 5 sets. The first 2 were 5 reps. The third set was 4.5 reps, and then the last 2 were 3 reps. And that was the first time I ever did weighted pull-ups with 25 pounds. And I was just like, dang, that was just amazing. I was super proud of myself, right? And I believe that everyone needs to celebrate small wins in order to construct a new mental model. Here's another thing. You gotta change your inner voice. You're always giving yourself messages, voices from the deep within you. You're programming yourself with the words in your heart. Do you tell yourself you're the shit? Do you tell yourself you're a leader? Do you tell yourself that you're the man? Do you tell yourself you're energetic? Do you tell yourself whatever it is, whatever positive thing you want to add in front of it, right? Or at the end of the sentence? Don't give yourself like, hey, I'm a loser, I'm unmotivated, whatever the case is. You're basically programming your mind to be negative, and you're not going to be confident. You're not going to be able to achieve whatever goals you set for yourself because you're always in that pessimistic stage or state. So what do you tell yourself? That's very important, okay? Learn to review the words you tell yourself. Make changes along the way. Become aware and present. Treat life as a meditation. The mind is like water. When it's turbulent, it's difficult to see. When it's calm, everything becomes clear. A quote by Bruce Lee. Here's another thing. Weekly versus daily measurements for growth. We have 52 weeks in a year. That's 52 times where you can improve in a year, right? So use it to the best of your ability. You know, every day you're not going to be performing at 10 out of 10 level. Sometimes you're going to perform 6 out of 10. Sometimes it's going to be 8 out of 10. Some days you're going to perform 10 out of 10. But if you could literally review your whole week and see if you made a lot of progress, then of course that's good enough. Sometimes a lot of people are hard on themselves because they review their day-to-day tasks, right? But if you review in a weekly basis throughout the year, you're going to understand like, dang, you're making a lot of progress. So be proud of that. Here's a self-mastery protocol that I'm currently working on. So right now I'm focusing on skill set mastery, whatever it is. It could be communication, networking, my sales skill, all of this. I'm trying to master my skill set. Another thing is mastering impulses. This for you could be like, hey, you need to stop drinking. You need to stop smoking. This could be like, You gotta stop fapping. Whatever the case is, master your impulses. We all have vices that we need to work on. We all need to replace our vices with good habits. So realize that you have a vice that you need to work on and replace it with a good habit. It takes time. Just remember that. It's all right. But focus on improving. Another thing is being consistent, whether it's being consistent in the gym, being consistent with meditation, being consistent with journaling. Be consistent with your goals. Be consistent with your new habits, right? When you're constructing a new mental model, you need to have new habits that help you keep yourself in check, that help you move towards your goals, right? Of course, constructing a new mental model isn't going to be easy. Another thing is plan your high level goals. It could be like you want to crush fitness this year. It could be that you want to tap into high ticket sales this year. It could be that you want to start a small business relating to art or starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is. Plan a high level goal and crush it. Another thing is you could work on your skill set. That's another high level goal. What do you want to master this year? Another thing is weekly mechanisms. You gotta understand, sometimes your weekly goals could be like, hey, you want to hit the gym 6 times a week. Okay, that's yours, right? That's personally mine right now. And then I want to shoot 7 content pieces per week. Every single day, I want to shoot a long form content piece. Be consistent with that. And then this could be like another one of mine is daily call reviews or role playing with other people when it comes to sales. I want to master that sales skill. I want to be able to become an expert at that level, right? Or at that skill. Another thing is I'm carefully choosing my circle right now. I'm carefully crafting myself. I'm carefully positioning myself to let other people in my circle and be surrounded by the greats. I want to be able to surround myself with winners. And this is going to take time. And you got to limit information overload, even with good information, because we tend to consume so much content, but we don't apply it, right? A lot of people don't apply it. They just freaking procrastinate. They consume as much content as they can, but they never really apply it. So as soon as you consume content, apply it to your life. Just remember, you got to just do that. It's going to take time. Practice presence and awareness. I believe so many people are all over the place. They're not really present in the now, right? And a good book is The Power of Now, as well as The Untethered Soul, if you want to learn how to become more present in the moment. Trust me, pick up those books and you'll love it. Another thing is you gotta dominate the battle of your phone. A lot of people are always scrolling on social media, scrolling on their phones, wasting time on their phone, right? But you could use that time wisely to work on your craft. You could use your time wisely to just go outside, have meaningful conversations, spend time with your family, whatever the case is. Just dominate the phone use. Get rid of the phone. You don't really need your phone unless if you're working on something meaningful. You gotta understand, you gotta hold yourself to your words, speak and deliver. And lastly is embrace discomfort every single day. You gotta put yourself in a position where you're always uncomfortable and you're always growing, because all of that is gonna help you to develop your character. This is all gonna take time. Just remember to take it easy and everything will be fine.